Hey everybody. So right around Christmas time I said I was going off the grid because I needed some time to rejuvenate. And so I made a last minute decision to come to Mexico, to Los Cabos. As you can see, you can probably see all the different places and the resorts. And you can also see, I'll flip it so you guys can see the empty beach. You can see the beach is empty. There's not a lot of people on the beach at all. So, the reason I wanted to come on though is because, not just because I'm here, but because I've been reading a book called Who Moved My Cheese? And if you haven't read this book, you've got to read it. Okay? On the way down, when I was flying down here, I was thinking about who moved my trees. And in this book, it's about two mice and two little people. And one is called Sniff and Scurry, those are the mice. And the other two little people are called Hem and Haw. And in this story, what happens is that they are in a maze. And in this maze, they go to this one spot and the cheese is always there. And so Hem and Haw and Sniff and Scurry went to the cheese this one day, and one day it wasn't there. And so what happened was Sniff and Scurry decided, well, the cheese isn't here anymore. What are we gonna do about this? And they got their running shoes on and they decided to go out through the maze and find other opportunities for more cheese. Now the cheese is ultimately that thing we want in life. What is that thing? What is that job? Is it the material things? Is it business? What is it that we want in our life? Well, Hem and Haw, as you can possibly tell, didn't want to make the change. So eventually Haw decided to venture out into the maze and find new cheese. But it wasn't easy, of course. There were some challenges on the way, and he was very scared of things that could possibly happen. And along the way, the maze, he wrote these messages. And a couple of the messages, I want to share them with you because they are so important. So some of the messages are, smell the cheese often so you know when it is getting old, meaning that once you know, you need to also make some change. Here's another one. If you do not change, you can become extinct. Isn't that powerful? It is so true that we need to change. If we don't change, we're going to become extinct. One of my other favorite ones is, the more important your cheese is to you, the more you want to hold on to it. So what that means is that a lot of times we get so comfortable in life doing things a certain way and we don't want to move because we're scared to move. We're scared to move forward, but we need to. Okay. Another one is, having cheese makes you happy. I think that is so powerful too. Sometimes we think that once we get that, we have to have that one little golden thing and that's going to make us happy and we don't need to look for anything else. Now, why is this so important? This is so important because of COVID. Okay? In COVID has paralyzed so many people. Seriously, it's paralyzed millions and millions and millions of people. They're staying in that hem phase where they're like, I'm not moving. This is what I should be doing in my life. This is my job. This is what I deserve and I'm owed it and the government needs to give me all this money so that I can keep living. It was like, oh my God, now what? And I was in bed for a week, literally couldn't get off the couch at all. And I'm thinking, what am I going to do? Now I could have just stayed in my pity party and stayed there, or I could shift and pivot and go and do something else. And that's what I did. I got into coaching people how to write their books. And if you would have asked me 2 years ago if that's something I would have wanted to do, I would have told you this is not my passion. Coaching people is not my passion at all. I love being on stage and sharing my story. Okay, looks like we're back online. Awesome. So I shifted, even though I didn't really want to. I did. I knew that I have 3 kids. I'm a single mom. I have to make money. I have to find ways to make money. I don't have a paycheck. I make my own paycheck. And so in this book, Who Moved My Trees, which I highly recommend, every single one of you need to read this book. When I decided to shift, magical things happened. Okay? This has been my best year ever. It really has been, and it was because I shifted. And so sometimes we're so stuck in that one spot, we don't think that change is going to be a good thing. But change can be a good thing. And just because we're in COVID doesn't mean that our life is over. It means that we need to start looking for new opportunities. That's what we need to do. We need new opportunities. We need to reflect on what we're good at and what else we've been wanting to do. That's what you got to do. Sure, you were trained to be one job, but there's a million things out here that you can do. Even when I decided to come here, I kind of want to share my story in the decision that I was making. So I made this decision, I don't know, I think it was a few days before Christmas. I thought I would really love to go somewhere. I haven't gone anywhere in a long time. I really need to rejuvenate myself. I've been spending tons and tons of time on Zoom. I should have shares on Zoom. You know, and I've been coaching so many people to become authors and best-selling authors, and I had 3 people become best-selling authors just before Christmas. This is amazing stuff. And while I thought, I gotta do something, right? And of course, people are saying, you better not go anywhere, right? I told a couple friends I want to go to Mexico, and they're like, in amongst all of this stuff, you want to go to Mexico? Are you kidding? And you're gonna go and bring COVID back here? Well, I'll tell you, they are so, here, mask wearing is important. You can't even get food if you don't wear a mask. These people are all wearing masks. They are so concerned about our safety. It's incredible. It's incredible. It's so incredible that even when I'm asked, when I had to go to the front desk, and I'm half deaf, so I can't hear people when they're wearing a mask. And, I need my kids here big time. They can translate for me. Anyways, they won't even pull their mask down so that I can lip read and hear what they're saying. That's how adamant they are about wearing masks and being safe. So anyways, back to my story. I didn't want to tell anybody that I was going to go anywhere because I didn't want anybody holding me back. And that's just the way life is, right? Sometimes you have to have those people in your life that are going to hold you back, and you're going to have these other people in your life who inspire you. So what happened is I talked to my assistant, Kara, and she said, Kel, come to Mexico. We're wearing masks here. We're practicing, safe hygiene and all of that stuff. Come, you need to get rejuvenated. And then I talked to another friend. Hey, back again. Saw a video of another friend of mine down in Mexico, said, you got to come down. So it would have been very easy for me to listen to one of the mice here in the book that didn't want to do anything. I could have easily said, oh no, I'm going to let my fear hold me back in life and not do what I want to do. Or I could listen to Sniff and Scurry, who said, look, let's go beyond this journey. Okay, so that's what I decided to do. In fact, I hardly told anybody that I was coming to Mexico. I just booked this last minute trip and said, this is what I need to rejuvenate myself so that when I come back, I am going to be making more and more best-selling authors than ever before. And so I'm really excited about that because in January, the 18th to the 21st is when I'm doing my next course. It's a free course, 4-day challenge where you get to learn how to get your book started. And anyways, don't let fear stop you from doing what you want in life. That's what I find is happening with a lot of people. They're letting COVID, they're letting people's thoughts, and they're letting fear stop them. Anyways, I am going back to my mojito, staying on the beach, and we shall see you guys when I get back.